as Alaafin joins ancestor. Tributes as Alaafin joins ancestor. Following the demise of a revered traditional ruler, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, on Saturday 23rd of April at Afe Babalola University Teaching Hospital, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, prominent Nigerians have continued to pay last respects to the notable monarch with different tributes. They mourn the death of Alaafin, who reigned for 52 years on the throne. Leading the tribute, President Muhammadu Buhari condoled with the government and people of Oyo State over the passing of Alaafin, whose reign, according to him, covered major history transition in the country and witnessed transformation in his domain. In a statement by the Special Adviser to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President affirmed that the Alaafin of Oyo's rule was remarkable in many ways. Most significant was the emphasis he placed on human development, thereby encouraging learning as a culture and formal education as a necessity, while promoting values of peace and stability. In his condolence message, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde described the death of Alaafin of Oyo as a huge loss to the state Nigeria and the Yoruba race. The governor, who described Oba Adeyemi's death as a personal loss to him, noted that he was an ever-supportive royal father and a worthy leader who spared nothing in trying to make Oyo State and Nigeria greater. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the governor, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, quoted the governor as saying that Kabiyesi's word of advice and guidance were always golden and helpful. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu described the death of the foremost monarch as a great loss to the people of Oyo Town, the traditional institution in Oyo State, and Nigeria as a whole. Governor Sanwo-Olu commiserated with the Governor of Oyo State, Mr. Seyi Makinde, the people of the ancient town of Oyo, and the entire Yoruba, both home and in diaspora, over the demise of the first-class traditional ruler. Sanwo-Olu, in a condolence message on Saturday by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Gboyega Akosile, said the late monarch's service to the people of the ancient town, Oyo State, and Nigeria as a whole, especially in the area of promotion of Yoruba culture and tradition, will remain his enduring legacy. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, described Oba Adeyemi as one of the most influential, greatly respected traditional ruler in Yoruba land, Nigeria, and indeed Africa and beyond, saying he was deeply saddened by the transition of the royal father. According to him, after ascending to the royal throne at the age of 31, Alaafin became one of the Alaafin fostered harmony and brought prosperity and development to the ancient Oyo kingdom and was loved by his people. Former Vice President of Nigeria Atiku Abubakar also reacted to the news of the passing away of Alaafin of Oyo, saying it was a great loss for Nigeria and African culture at large. Atiku, in a press release by his media office on Saturday, said that the late Oba Adeyemi was a worthy ambassador of Yoruba culture and royal elegance. The former president recalled that his last encounter with Oba Adeyemi was in Ibadan during the coronation of Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Lekan Balogun. Atiku said he admired the royal splendor of Oba Adeyemi and the fact that he remained the longest serving Alaafin means that Oyo and indeed Nigeria will not forget his reign. In his own part, Osun State Governor Adegboyega Oyetola paid tribute to Alaafin of Oyo, describing the passing of Oba Adeyemi as shocking, saying it signified the end of an era. Oyetola also commiserated with his Oyo State counterpart, Governor Seyi Makinde, and the entire Yoruba race over the demise of the late monarch. The governor condoled the late royal father's family, the government, and the people of Oyo State over the unfortunate incident. He described Alaafin's transition as a personal loss because, according to him, the late monarch was a good friend of Osun, who was always ready to identify with the state government and celebrate their humble accomplishments and achievements. Oyetola, in a press statement by his Chief Press Secretary Ismail Omipidon, said the late monarch was a strong believer in progressive ideals and that he remained true to his convictions over the years until he breathed his last. The Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who extolled the virtues of the late monarch, said the departure of the revered monarch has created a big vacuum in the traditional institution in Oyo State in particular and Yoruba land in general. The governor, in a press statement by his chief press secretary Yinka Oyebode, said the late Oba Adeyemi was a bridge builder, a patriot, courageous leader who contributed to the unity of Nigeria in his lifetime. He noted that the Oba Adeyemi was an authority in history and blessed with a sharp memory, which added value and class to his royal duties and day-to-day interaction with people from different walks of life. Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State described the monarch's death as tragic and occurred when least expected. He commiserated with the Oyomesi, the wives and children of the late monarch and the entire Adeyemi family over the irreplaceable loss and prayed for the comfort and peace at the trying time. In his own tribute, Delta State Governor Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa sympathized with the Governor Makinde, the government and the people of Oyo State over the passing of the Alaafin of Oyo. In a statement by his chief press secretary, Mr. Olisa Ifeajika, in Asaba, the governor noted that the late octogenarian monarch was an influential leader who was committed to the development of the kingdom and beyond. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Lekan Balogun, in a statement he personally signed, expressed shock at the news of the death of the Oyo monarch. Recalled that the last time the both met was at Olubadan coronation last month in Ibadan. Olubadan described the late Alaafin as a royal father par excellence who projected Yoruba culture and civilization with awe and dignity, noting that with his exit, Yoruba has lost a rare gem. The Ààrẹ Oníkòyí of Yorubaland, Ààrẹ Tomori Williams, also described the death of Alaafin as a great loss to the entire Yoruba race. He stated the highly revered traditional ruler would be greatly missed for his patriotism and forthrightness. In his condolence message, former governor of Osun State, Prince Olagunsoye Oyelola, described the transition of the Alaafin of Oyo as the end of an era in Yorubaland. Prince Oyinlola, in a statement on Saturday, described the late Oba as the true son of Oduduwa, who lived in entire life to extend the frontiers of Yoruba culture and interests within the Nigeria Federation. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, in his tribute, described the passing away of the monarch as a sad development that touched him personally. Gbajabiamila said the death of the paramount Yoruba ruler came to him as a rude shock, describing the late Alaafin, who had been like a father to him and as an intelligent father with a sound grasp of traditional, social, political and international history. Emir of Ilorin and Chairman Kwara State Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, described the demise of the Alaafin as a colossal loss to the traditional institution and in the nation. In a statement by the monarch on Saturday, Alhaji Sulu Gambari noted that the long years of reign of Oba Adeyemi witnessed a tremendous display of royalty, excellence, peaceful and harmony among inhabitants of the ancient town of Oyo and Oyo State in general. The chairman Yoruba Global Alliance, Chief Tola Adeniyi, said the council received the death of Alaafin with shock, saying the saddening news of the royal passage of the monarch was like a hit like high voltage thunderbolt. It is totally unexpected and unanticipated. It described Oba Adeyemi as a veritable inspirer and an inspiration to Yoruba self-consciousness, saying he was a towering pillar of support and great defender of spiritual faith. The senator representing Oyo South Senatorial District, Kola Balogun, said though the late Alaafin of Oyo lived up to a good old age, the news of his passage was shocking and devastating. Balogun said, with the demise of the Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the entire Yoruba nation has lost a big personnel in its rich culture and tradition. The senator representing Oyo North and a governorship aspirant under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Buhari Abdulfatai, said the death of Kabiyesi Alaafin was a very touching and painful experience to numerous people in Nigeria. According to him, the reigning years of the prominent Yoruba Oba did not only witness development of Oyo Kingdom, but the entire Yoruba land and the people of Yoruba race. A former secretary to the Oyo State government, Akogun Sharafaddin Ali, described the late Oba Adeyemi as Yoruba history encyclopedia and custodian of Yoruba cultural heritage. Ali, in a statement he personally signed in Ibadan, said the death of the monarch was received with rude shock. According to the governorship aspirant on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, the death of Alaafin is coming at a time Oyo State needs his wealth of experience to reshape political and economic activities in the state. He condoled with the family of Alaafin, the entire people of Oyo town, and the Yoruba descendants in Nigeria and abroad. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Ìbà Gani Adams, in his reaction to the death of the foremost Yoruba monarch, described it as a national tragedy, but also a colossal and personal loss to him, pointing out that the late Kabiyesi lived a worthy life all through his reign. Ìbà Adams, in a statement by his special assistant on media, Kehinde Aderemi, expressed shock over the news of the passing of the monarch, stating that Nigeria, Yoruba race, and the ancient town of Oyo had lost a great monarch, whose life was a true reflection of complete Yoruba monarch. According to the Yoruba Generalissimo, passing of Alaafin has brought an end to the chapter in the annal of the country's history, even as he further described the foremost monarch as a repository of history and knowledge. Oluwo of Iwo land, Oba Abdulrasheed Akanbi, on his own part, described the death of Oba Adeyemi as a monumental loss to the traditional institution. The monarch, who made this known in a statement in Osogbo, said the vacuum is most likely irreplaceable. Meanwhile, the Conference of Okeogun Obas and Chiefs, in a statement by the chairman of the conference, Oba Abdulganiy Adekunle, called on Nigerian government to start the process of honouring Oba Adeyemi with a national monument, as they said the monarch was a pivotal point in efforts at sustaining Africa, Yoruba tradition and culture. For regular news updates, view and subscribe to Newshereandthere.